Hi everyone, Michelle here from Scrappy Soul Sister, and I am working on a process video for Peartree Cutfiles, and I am going to use this amazing, she is spring wellies is what she calls it, because Peartree Cutfiles is based in England, and so I live just like a mile or two from tulip fields, and we have a big tulip festival here in Skagit Valley. So tonight I'm going to locals night and taking some pictures of tulips. So I thought this would be perfect. And so this is the type of cut file that you want to have something good on TV, so you can just sit down and relax, and no fuss, no muss, just back some flowers, back some leaves. I am going to use Kaleidoscope from 49 and Market. I haven't gone through and picked out exactly what papers I'm going to use, but there is a polka dot that I wanted to use for the galoshes for the wellies, and I decided to do it in black just because I really wanted it to pop, and I'll probably go on a lighter maybe white or a pale background. And so I'm going to use the wellies, and then green for the leaves, obviously, and then pinks and oranges, maybe some yellows or reds or even purples for the flowers. So Creativation just happened this weekend, so I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch some Creativation tour videos and relax and back my cut file, and I will be back. All right, so here is my mostly finished cut file. So it took me, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, but I was in no rush, and so you might have not taken that long. What I'm going to do with the leaves, because I do not have that kind of patience, is I cut out just the top portion of the cut file and contoured some of the spaces in between the leaves and the flowers, and left others so that hopefully all of my green is in the right spots. So that's just an easy way to do the smaller pieces, particularly if the smaller pieces are all of one color, like with grass and leaves. So let's adhere this together. Here is my finished cut file. I really love how it turned out. And I also have, for my pictures, these film strips that I have put in the openings. And so I'm getting 9 pictures on this layout. So I'm happy with that. And just trying to figure out what I want to use for a title. And I am going to go with that snapshots. This is from Vicky Booten. Not sure that I remember which collection it is from, but it is from one of her thicker uh, pieces or embellishments, I guess I should say. And so I'm going to back my cut file with foam so I can slide my film strips underneath it. And I'm also going to add foam to the flowers with these little tabs. And so that's kind of what where I'm going with this layout. So one film strip to the left, 2 to the right. And I want to add just a little something at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to use a couple of the barcode strips from the 49 and Market Kaleidoscope collection. And so I'm going to use the color strips, and then this one that says "Today, Friends," and something else. I can't remember what. Happy. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these. I'm going to cut this one in half so I can have it on the top and the bottom of the other one with the words on it. I happen to have two of these, which was perfect, so I could just use the whole one at the top. And I maneuvered my title around quite a bit. I wish it was just a tiny bit smaller. I might have tried to fit it in the boots, but I'm going to put it to the left when I get to that point. So I inked all my edges with black soot and I sewed down the uh, paint strip uh, um, strips there and sewed those with black ink. And now I'm just going to adhere my other strip on top of it. And that is going to be done. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere my cut file right in, um, uh, kind of in the center and up a little bit so that I have room for my title. And so with the film strips, I just put a little foam tab on the top of each one just to rise them up a little bit, but the bottoms and most of the film strips are flat. So I am, as you can see, undecided. Um, and I kind of want them to be able to sit on something. And so I go through the papers, I go through the embellishments. I'm trying to decide, do I want some foliage in there? But they're not tulips, and I just don't want anything to take away from that gorgeous cut file. So I cut a couple of tags out of some of the cardstock colors that come in the 49 and Market Kaleidoscope. So I go with the pink and the green. I'm going to ink those. I'm going to tie them off with some baker's twine. And that will be where my title sits. So I think that I'll go ahead and stick down my title here. And like I said previously, this is local nights at the Tulip Festival at Tulip Town here in Mount Vernon. And I love that they do locals night. It's all the locals get in for free. And it's just the way Tulip Town's way of saying thank you to the community because the Tulip Festival brings a lot of business. It also brings a lot of traffic, some headaches, and it's just a great way to reach out to the community. So thank you, Tulip Town. So I'm going to go ahead and build just a little bit of clusters. Again, I don't want it to be too much because I want the uh, rubber boots and the tulips to be the star of the show, as well as our photos. But I'm going to just add a little camera, a couple little word bits, and some tickets. And looking through, I've said it on my videos before. I am a little too dependent on flowers for building my clusters, and so it's good for me to not use flowers and kind of break my dependency a little bit. And so instead of flowers, I go with butterflies as just a um, little bit to break up some of the square edges and such from the tickets and um, from the tags. And I am starting, you see, I'm building up above. Now, off camera, I do pull that whole section down a little bit so that it doesn't feel like there's a bit of a gapy hole there at the bottom right. And so I am going to do that off camera. So anyway, thank you for joining me. There is a link to Peartree Cutfiles in the notes or description. Like or subscribe. I appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. And here are some close-ups.